Hello and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas on Nyxus Gaming. I know this isn't the same spot we left off at last episode. I wanted to start off here because if you remember, I had some trouble finding a star bottle cap in Jeannie Mae's house there. That's because I had the wrong house. It isn't in that one, it's in this one here, right next to the crafting shanty. I still could not find the bottle cap mine in there, however. But the star bottle cap is definitely in here. In the kitchen, where I thought it would be, on the table here. So go ahead, take that, and net yourself one more star bottle cap towards your goal, which I'm still assuming is 40. I should probably look that up. But I mean, it doesn't really matter, I'm gonna get them anyway. Now, going back to where we ended off last episode, we were in the dinosaur here, about to talk to Boone and get started on our next quest. We're also gonna get a new companion today. Spoiler alert, it's Boone. But we gotta do his quest first, which is kind of fun if you like sniping people from a dinosaur's mouth.
God damn it. Don't sneak up on me like that. What do you want? Yeah, I guess maybe I am. But not like you. Huh. Maybe it should have been you I was expecting all along. Why are you here? Yeah, well, you see anybody wearing Legion Crimson or a lot of sports equipment, you just let me know. You still haven't answered my question. There's nothing up here. I think you better leave. I don't have friends here. No. No, you're not, are you? Maybe you shouldn't go. Not just yet. I need someone I can trust. You're a stranger. That's a start. I said it was a start. This town, nobody looks me straight in the eye anymore. I want you to find something out for me. I don't know if there's anything to find, but I need someone to try. My wife was taken from our home by Legion slavers one night while I was on watch. They knew when to come and what route to take, and they only took Carla. Someone set it up. I don't know who. My wife's dead. I want the son of a bitch who sold her. I know, all right. That's all you need to know. Bring him out in front of the nest here while I'm on duty. I work nights. I'll give you my NCR beret to put on. It'll be our signal, so I know you're standing with him. And I'll take care of the rest. I need to do this myself. Good. I'll make it worth your while. And one more thing. We shouldn't speak again. Not until it's over. No one in town knows that I know what happened to my wife. Best they never know, or the Legion will be after me next. Yeah.
So that's Boone there. Real fun guy. You can only find him in the dinosaur's mouth at night. During the day, someone else watches from up there who we will be talking to next episode. But for now, we just want to ask around about his wife and what might have happened to her. Now, I know one guy who's definitely going to tell us or tip us off in the correct direction. But I mean, I figured let's go ahead and explore all the options, you know? First off, it's going to direct us to Dusty McBride here.
Look who's here.
And his wife.
What brings you here? Boone. That's that sniper fella. Works in the dinosaur, right? I only met them but once or twice. They seemed real happy together. I really ought to get to know them better. They're probably nice folk.
And of course, at any point, whenever you're talking to these people, you can just tell them to go in front of the dinosaur. And we'll get to that option whenever we need to do it. You only want to do it with the person that you think is the culprit. Unless you want to kill everyone, then yeah. Take whoever you want over there. We can ask them other questions.
Oh, we keep to ourselves for the most part. Try not to pry. I think Jeannie Mae gets bothered that we aren't more sociable. But it's just our way. Ain't that we don't appreciate what she's done, managing this town like she has, but I worry she feels that way anyhow. Not that there ain't others who pry around here. That Novac was skulking around our yard last week. I thought he was our cow killer. Was about to lash him with our bullwhip till I saw who it was. He's harmless, though. Part of me wishes I could see things like he sees them, all full of mystery. I'm not sure who started it. It wasn't a very nice name, but he took to calling himself by it, so we all had to. I don't even remember what his real name is. Anyway, I think it comes from that expression that people say when you're crazy, that not all of your dogs are barking. Poor Novac. Oh, well, I'm Alice, and you've already met my beau, Dusty. He's sweet, ain't he? I don't care what my mama said. I know how to pick 'em. We set up this ranch years back when Novac was just getting settled. But now, with all the danger on I-15, folks are starting to come through here from all over. Novac might just be the next Nevada boomtown.
So yeah, this is Alice McBride. She seemed to give me the idea that Novac is being a bit suspicious around town, so we'll definitely want to check him out.
Nice of you to visit.
We can also talk to her husband again before he
Things
goes to
treating you all
sleep.
right? Well, to be honest with you, I don't really know them two as well as I might. I remember she had an edge about her, like she'd rather be someplace else. This kind of life ain't for everyone, that's for darn sure. So long.
So these two don't seem to be very sociable. Seems like they don't really have much motive to do anything to Boone and his wife. So we can move on to our next people. We probably should have gotten them first because they're all in this area here, but oh well. Go ahead and head in here. Looks like one of them might be outside. These are all the hotel rooms here. First one is Manny Vargas.
What's going on, man? I'm Manny. I'm on security detail here. You see a rifle barrel sticking out of the dinosaur's mouth, you got a 50-50 shot it's me. Otherwise, it's Boone. You name it. Anything that comes within 1,000 yards that looks like trouble. Lately, we've been getting ghouls, coming from the road to Repcon out to the west. Quite a few last couple days. The big threat is the Legion coming from the east. If they decide to attack with a full force, they'll run us over. But so far, we've been lucky. Boone's a sniper, same as me. Used to spot for him when we were enlisted with the NCR. After we got out, I talked him into settling down here. So, here we are. I'd introduce you, but, we're not so friendly right now. Me and his wife, we didn't see eye to eye on some things. We had some pretty big arguments. One day, she turns up missing, and he hasn't said a word to me since. Man, you name it. See, I grew up in North Vegas, me and my cousins. We were some bad seeds. Got in with a gang, I loved it. Then something happened, and I couldn't handle it anymore. So, I enlisted, earned my future, brought down my best friend to share that future with me. And here was this woman, who was too good for it, trying to take him away. So yeah, I didn't see eye to eye with the bitch. Believe me, when I heard the news, my first thought was, I owe somebody big. I figured Boone would come around after a while. But he hasn't. I'm starting to think that if he doesn't find her, things will never go back to the way they were. Man, everybody. That girl didn't have one friend in this whole town. She didn't want any. She wanted to sit in her room all day and make herself miserable, and she went out of her way to be rude. She upset a lot of people. You wouldn't have liked her either. Oh, it was great. I wouldn't trade it. Something about that lifestyle, the discipline, seeing new places, making people safe. What's not to like? Well, I just felt like it was time, you know? Wanted to have a home. Plus, I was up at Camp Golf when Bitter Springs went down. I faked like I was sick to get out of going because I knew some of the people there. But when everybody came back, nobody would tell me what happened, and people would call us murderers sometimes when we showed up to secure towns. I still don't know exactly. Just that a lot of people died who didn't want to be a part of the fighting at all. I don't blame anybody for it. There's so much chaos when you're fighting. You're lucky not to shoot your own guys. But it did take something out of it for me. Just wasn't the same. So when it came time to re-enlist, I just took my papers and walked. Sure, I know him. What do you want with him?
We're actually gonna save that line of questioning for later. Can I back out of this somehow?
Hey, doesn't matter to me. I was just curious. Well, listen, I can definitely help you find him, but I've got problems of my own. Maybe we can do a trade. You need my help. There's something I need too.
Yeah, goodbye.
Later.
So we're gonna want to come back to him after this quest to see what's going on with this checkered man. Anyways, he definitely had issues with Boone's wife, but he seems pretty friendly with Boone himself. Something tells me he wouldn't just kill Boone's wife, you know? We can keep looking around. I thought there was more. They're over here. We can go back and talk to our good friend Ranger Andy about Boone's wife.
Hey, welcome. What's new? Carla was a knockout. Whenever Boone walked around with her, he always had this funny grin on his face like he couldn't believe his luck. I know we couldn't. That wasn't the only reason she stuck out, though. That girl never minced words. If she'd had better food or hospitality, she'd let you hear it. Trouble was, she usually had. I don't think she meant it. She really was a sweet girl. I think she just wanted to remind herself that there's still nicer places in this world than Novac. Who could blame her for that? Had his wife taken. I don't think he'll ever be the same as he was. Damn shame. I told the rangers up at the station to keep an eye out, but there's just too much ground out there for them to cover. Look out for yourself.
Doesn't really give us much to go on, but you get the general expression that he didn't really dislike her enough to kill her. This is a new guy here, Cliff Briscoe. He actually runs the gift shop there during the day.
Hey there. If you want to buy something from a shop, you'll have to wait till it opens. Can't say we spoke much. Boone did most of the buying for him. She was in the store once, but she didn't stay long. Had a look on her face like she'd smelled something sour. But far as I can remember, the gift shop smelled fine. Well, fine as it always does.
That's all you can ask him about his wife. Seems like he just doesn't know much about her, really. Maybe he's not telling the truth, who knows?
Sure, but he didn't buy any souvenirs, if that's what you're wondering. Sounded like he didn't have his money with him. His friends seemed disappointed about it. Heck, I would be too if I found such a fine store and left my money elsewhere. Manny might know more about him. Thought he might have been friends with one or two of them. He's up in the dino mouth during the day.
And yeah, that's him.
Come back soon now.
Telling us to go to Manny Vargas, who we just talked to, about our culprit in the checkered suit. But again, we're not really interested in that right now. We want to find out what happened to Boone's wife, damn it, and nobody is giving us answers. Maybe Jeannie Mae Crawford will have the answers we want. Thing is, she kind of runs this town. She should know her way around.
Well, welcome to you. You look tired from the road. Why don't you relax a spell? Let this fine town take care of you. Oh, what am I doing? I got to thinking about making a good impression and plain forgot to tell you my name. I'm Jeannie Mae. I take care of folks here at the motel, long as they aren't troublemakers.
I just want to point out that kind of looks like blood on her outfit. I mean, I'm sure it's just a graphics design choice, but still.
How should I put it? I guess you could say she was kinda like a cactus flower. Real pretty to look at, but there was just no getting close to her. She never did take to living here. She liked the big lights and fast living of New Vegas. I got the feeling she was trying to get Boone to leave with her, but I guess she got tired of waiting. Nothing that wouldn't be wrong with any man who loses a wife, I suppose. Poor dear. I know he thinks she was kidnapped, but I'm not so sure she didn't just run off on her own. You could tell she was thinking about it ever since they arrived. Watch out for strangers.
So again, she doesn't really tell us much. It doesn't seem like she disliked her or anything, but I mean, she also brings up the possibility that Boone's wife just kind of ran off on her own. But I don't know, Boone seemed pretty sure that she was definitely kidnapped. That exhausts almost all of our choices, though. The last person we have to talk to is the crazy guy, Novac. This ought to be fun. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, this, oh boy. This definitely seems fun.
Who sent you? I ain't talking. They tried to get me to talk before, but I didn't say nothing. And I don't aim to now, by gum. Confound it, Novac, you done it again. You let on that you know things. Now they'll never let you be. All right, stranger, you got me. What do you want to know?
You can ask him a lot of different questions, actually.
Seen it all. Seen shadowy folk come to his room and leave again in the middle of the night. Thought one might have gone in the lobby, too, for a spell. Could be that person went in to get something. Or used the John, maybe. Mighty interesting either way, you ask me. I thought it was cannibals, come to eat us all for sure. So I kept out of sight. But now I know better.
So he says he actually witnessed it, and that he saw them go into the lobby. That is our first lead out of everyone, our only lead.
More rat men come up from the underneath to steal young women with promises of riches and fancy mud mansions with all the latest designer appliances. They covered our lady folks' long hair for wigs, it said, being either bald or balding themselves.
And then it gets a little bit crazy.
There's been things of a disturbing nature going on at the McBride Corral. Seems every night one of their herd meets a most unnatural death. And always there's holes all over the body. Work of the chupacabra, the livestock vampire, says Novac. But they don't pay no mind. Too many holes, they say, and there's bullets in them. Well, says Novac, we got a chupacabra with an automatic weapon. And that's when they get real quiet, because now they see the predicament we're in.
Yeah, that's why they get quiet.
I come face to face with the chupacabra himself one night, whilst I was investigating whether this gecko was hiding his treasure from me. He was the meanest, ugliest chupacabra you could imagine. Had 2 heads and fangs down to the ground. Best I could tell anyways, since when he come up to me he was invisible. Had himself a blunderbuss, what would rotate and shoot bullets real fast out of a backpack. Never seen nothing like it. Walked right past me having an argument with somebody. But I only saw one chupacabra, so I guess the other fella had to be invisible too. Only more invisible than the other one.
So you get the idea that since we already did that, that is almost exactly spot on. He does have an idea of what he's talking about.
Folks will tell you that they seen ghouls up near the rocket factory. Sensationalist hooey, cooked up by superstitious yokels, seeing phantoms of their own imagining. Ghosts, commie ghosts, but don't know they're dead. Hoping to steal our rockets, so they can fly up and paint the moon pink and draw a Lenin face on it. I seen one of them disappear, and reappear before my very eyes. Although, being a scientist, I have to admit I might have just blinked for longer than usual, what with the shock of seeing a commie ghost and so forth.
That is actually the quest we're gonna do next episode. The main reason we didn't talk to Manny Vargas, but that just happened anyway. We'll still start next episode with Manny Vargas, see if he has anything better to tell us.
'Cause they know I ain't just barking here. What I say has got bite, 'cause it's the truth. Them quack doctors can say what they want about all the rat scorpion stings that done pierced my skull. I know what I seen.
Rad scorpion stings in the skull. Interesting.
I don't trust a man that doesn't have something strange going on about him, 'cause it means he's hiding it from you. If a man's wearing his pants on his head, or if he says his words backwards from time to time, you know it's all laid out there for you. But if he's friendly to strangers and keeps his home spick and span, more often than not he's done something even his own ma couldn't forgive. If anyone asks, we never spoke.
If anyone asks, this guy is one bright and woke motherfucker. So here, since we've exhausted all our options, we can start talking to people and bring him in front of the dinosaur for Boone to shoot. But first we want to explore our only lead from Novac there in the hotel lobby. See what is going on there. Now unfortunately, she is right here.
Hey there.
We can stay hidden right behind her and pick this safe here. And we got a bill of sale here. Go ahead and check out this bill of sale. We got a note here about Boone being in the dinosaur mouth at night. Nothing too special. But the bill of sale. We, the representatives of the Consul Officiorum, I have no idea how you pronounce that, have this day bargained and purchased from Jeannie Mae Crawford of the Township of Novac the exclusive rights to ownership and sale of the slave Carla Boone for the sum of 1,000 bottle caps, and those of her unborn child for the sum of 500 bottle caps. The receipt whereof is hereby acknowledged. We warrant the slave and her young to be sound, healthy, and slaves for life. We covenant with the said Jeannie Mae Crawford that we have full power to bargain and sell said slave and her offspring. Payment of an additional 500 bottle caps will be due pending successful maturation of the fetus, the claim to which shall be guaranteed by possession of this document. So yeah, if you didn't have proof of it before, that's pretty set in stone. We can go ahead and talk to Jeannie
I
Mae.
hope you're finding everything to your liking.
And hey, come with me, there's something you should see in front of the dinosaur.
Okay, if that's what you think.
Now, I hope it's still early enough that Boone's still up there. I'm pretty sure. She's gonna walk over right in front of the dinosaur here. She should be on her way. Maybe. Yep, there she is. Come on, hurry it up. Boone's gonna be off his shift soon. We're actually gonna go ahead and equip Boone's beret here. Doesn't that look nice? Hopefully he's still up there. Wait till she gets in full view of him. I think she's gonna come over near the rock. You can go ahead and search her body here. You can pickpocket the safe key from her if you don't have the lockpicking skill to do it. I did, so I just lockpicked it. And yeah. We just had her killed. She sold Boone's wife to the Legion. And paid in blood. Paid with her head. Delicious, sweet justice has been served. Now let's go ahead and talk to Boone up here.
That's it then. How did you know?
I found the bill of sale. You can tell him other stuff. Like, if you tell him that you just wanted him to kill her, he might get upset, he might attack you, he might just never talk to you again. So if you want him as a companion, don't do that. The best course of action is to get the bill of sale and show him.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It'd be like them to keep paperwork. Here, this is all I can give. I think our dealings are done here. I don't know. I won't be staying, I know that. Don't see much point in anything right now, except hunting legionaries. Maybe I'll wander. Like you. You don't want to do that. Yeah. Working on your own, you're a lot less effective. I've been there and paid for it. But this isn't gonna end well. Fine. Let's get out of here.
And there we go, we now have our second companion, Boone. Boone, Eddie, and me. Pretty solid team, if you ask me. I am going to talk to Boone. He has all the same functions as Eddie, minus being the portable workbench and stuff. He can, however, use different guns and stuff you give to him, wear armor. We can actually open his inventory up here. He has the Merc Grunt outfit, but we're gonna go ahead. I think we're gonna give him this NCR Ranger Patrol armor. And he should equip it. Yep, there we go. Looking good there, Boone. We're also gonna end this episode with just a little conversation with him.
What is it?
Learn more about him. Is he an outlaw now?
No. People die out there. Often enough that no one worries about blame. They're too anxious to forget it happened in the first place, I guess. Besides, I was on break when it happened. He was a good spotter. Yeah, we were. No.
He's a man of few words, clearly.
Sure. First NCR Recon. It's a sniper battalion. Sees a lot of action. They moved us around a lot. I was stationed at Camp Golf for a while. Last I heard, they're at Camp McCarran. They pick you out if you do well at the firing range. Pays a little better, so I said okay. Yeah, you can tell by the patch. Bear skull with crossed rifles behind it. Slogan underneath. The last thing you never see. Pretty accurate. And so are we.
That's a pretty badass slogan for snipers. The last thing you never see. I love it.
Was an airport before the war. Command liked it because it was already fortified, and it let them keep an eye on the strip. They've got an old monorail that still runs between them. Used mostly for supplies and deployment. But if you get leave, you're allowed to go gamble. Was General Oliver's post. But I heard he's been up at the dam a lot lately. Guessing Colonel Shu is running it. Didn't know him. He's a signature on my discharge papers. Wasn't real popular, though. Even overheard my CO complain about him once. General Wait and See, he called him. Yeah. He introduced himself to me once. I shook his hand. Doubt he remembered me now, though. When he looked at you, you could see he understood. After some of the things we'd seen, that meant something. But I heard he'd be a general right now if Oliver didn't know the president. The big one. The one the NCR is trying to hold on to, that the Legion's pushing for. Whole war depends on holding it. It was on the front line for a while. Only resort in New Vegas no one wanted to get sent to. Doesn't have that kind of importance anymore, though. They pulled most of the troops out of there after we took the Hoover Dam. Alright.
Alright, let's get to the nitty-gritty. What happened to your wife?
You got no right asking me that. Drop it. You don't know what you're asking. Just let it go for now. The Legion's the only thing I want on my mind right now.
Fair enough.
I was in a lot of places with First Recon. I don't really remember. That part of my life's over now. And so is this discussion.
We've gotten the idea that something really bad happened at Bitter Springs, and nobody wants to tell us exactly.
If you want, it's not really my thing. What do you want to know? Give me a rifle and a clear line of sight, and I'll start picking them off before they've even seen me. Didn't have much hand-to-hand training, so our chances are better if you keep the enemy out of my face. I'm trained as a spotter, too. If you're looking through a scope, I could find your targets for you. Sure. No.
Just a big
Sure.
no.
Carla's dead. That's all you need to know. Sure.
And I think
Alright.
that's about it for what we can talk to him about for
Yeah.
now. We're going to be learning a lot more about Boone as we go through the game, though. For now, let's go ahead and find Manny Vargas, and we'll end the episode next to him. He should be coming up here for his shift at the dinosaur mouth. I would think so. Maybe he's still in his room? In his room? He is. Well, I've been Nyxus Gaming on Fallout New Vegas. Sorry, I went a little brain dead there. This has been Fallout New Vegas with Nyxus Gaming. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. Next episode, we're gonna talk to Manny Vargas, see what's going on with these ghouls at the Repcon facility, and maybe learn a little more about this guy in a checkered suit that shot us in the head. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.